Welcome to our summary of Start with Why by Simon Sinek. In Start with Why, Simon Sinek presents the Golden Circle framework, a critical blueprint for understanding why certain leaders and organizations not only succeed, but also inspire. This is more than a method. It's a proven pattern that sets truly inspirational figures apart. At the heart of the Golden Circle is the concept of why. This fundamental belief goes beyond profits or products, focusing instead on the core purpose that motivates every action. It's the compelling reason behind their endeavors, the mission driving them each day. Encircling the why is the how, detailing the methods and processes used to turn core beliefs into tangible actions. This middle layer encompasses the strategies and values that guide an organization's journey from belief to reality. The outer layer, the what, represents the results visible to the public, the products, services, or outcomes of inner beliefs and operations. It is the tangible evidence of the underlying motivations. Sinek highlights a common misstep in conventional communication strategies. Many organizations start with the what, explaining what they offer or produce. Some may proceed to describe the how, their methods or processes. However, few articulate the why, the purpose behind their actions. This typical outside-in approach seldom forges a deep connection with the audience. In stark contrast, the most inspiring leaders and organizations communicate from the inside out. They begin with their why, resonating on an emotional level and engaging people's values and beliefs. They then illustrate how they bring this purpose to life, culminating in what they do as a manifestation of their deeper motivations. Apple serves as a prime example of this concept. Instead of focusing on products first, Apple starts with its core belief, challenging the status quo and thinking differently, which profoundly impacts audience perception and connection. The introduction wraps up by emphasizing a pivotal insight. People don't just buy what you do, they buy why you do it. The leaders and organizations that thrive and inspire are those that understand and effectively communicate their why. This principle is not just a method, but a philosophy that cultivates a deep sense of purpose and belonging, setting the stage for the rest of the book, which dives deeper into the impact of this approach on leadership, business, and personal achievement. In Part 1, Sinek explores the flawed approach to decision-making affecting both individuals and organizations. He suggests that many decisions are based on assumptions and incomplete information, leading to unintended consequences and ineffective actions. To illustrate this, he presents a scenario where readers must identify a leader with limited details, demonstrating how easily we can reach the wrong conclusions with scant information. This tendency to make hasty assumptions isn't just a personal issue, but a widespread business problem. Companies often craft strategies based on flawed understandings of what drives their business. Instead of inspiring genuine loyalty, many organizations resort to manipulation tactics to influence consumer behavior for short-term gains. Sinek categorizes these tactics into two fundamental approaches: manipulation and inspiration, underscoring their stark contrast in long-term effects. Sinek outlines several common manipulative strategies used in sales and marketing: reducing prices to attract customers, offering short-term incentives like rebates, using fear in advertising, appealing to aspirations, leveraging peer pressure, and promoting novelty. These tactics, while effective in the short term, can lead to diminished profit margins, trained consumer behaviors, and a continuous cycle of one-upmanship. He critiques these manipulative practices as unsustainable for long-term success, arguing that they lead to a vicious cycle of quick fixes, escalating costs, and increased stress. Instead, he proposes a more meaningful approach: inspiration. This sets the stage for the next sections, where he introduces the Golden Circle framework, a strategy encouraging companies to inspire action and loyalty through a clear and compelling sense of purpose. In Part 2, Sinek expands on the Golden Circle, a simple yet profound framework that differentiates inspiring leaders and organizations. This model, consisting of three concentric circles, unveils a pattern of thinking, acting, and communicating that truly sets apart those who lead with inspiration. At its core lies the why, the deepest layer representing the core purpose, cause, or belief motivating an individual or organization. It's not about profits or products. It's the raison d'etre propelling every action. For example, Apple's why is to challenge the status quo and think differently. Surrounding the core belief of why is the how, detailing the specific actions taken to bring that core purpose to life. This includes the processes, strategies, and values an organization uses to implement its beliefs. For example, Apple's commitment to innovation and high-quality design shows their how, making technology both accessible and visually appealing. The outermost layer, the what, represents the tangible outcomes, the products, services, or actions visible to the outside world. In Apple's case, this includes their iconic range of computers, smartphones, and other devices. Sinek points out a common oversight. Many organizations communicate from the outside in, starting with what they do and occasionally explaining how, rarely touching on why. This typical approach may communicate information but fails to connect deeply with people. In stark contrast, inspiring entities like Apple communicate from the inside out. They begin by articulating their why, their driving purpose, which resonates more deeply as it taps into the emotions and beliefs of their audience, forging a stronger, more meaningful connection. To deepen our understanding, Sinek explains how the golden circle aligns with the human brain's structure. The neocortex, responsible for rational and analytical thought, processes the what details. Meanwhile, the limbic brain, which governs feelings, trust, loyalty, and decision-making, aligns with the why and how. This alignment explains why messages starting with why resonate more effectively. They engage the decision-making parts of our brain on a more instinctual level. This connection is crucial because it reveals that gut decisions, which often feel more natural and compelling, are rooted in the limbic brain, the seat of our emotions and values. Hence, when leaders and businesses speak directly to this part of the brain by starting with why, they tap into the fundamental aspects of human behavior and decision-making, making their message not just heard, but truly felt. By weaving together the mechanics of the golden circle with insights into human biology, Sinek offers a clear explanation of why some leaders and organizations are able to inspire, while others fall short. This understanding is not just theoretical, but deeply practical, offering a clear blueprint for anyone looking to lead more effectively and inspire action at every level. In the section titled Clarity, Discipline, and Consistency, Sinek dives into the essential elements that ensure the Golden Circle framework not only functions, but thrives. To unlock its full potential, each component of the Golden Circle must be carefully managed and aligned. Firstly, understanding your core purpose, cause, or belief is vital. This clarity inspires and draws others to you, particularly those who share similar values. It's not enough to simply state a why. It must be a profound conviction that permeates every layer of the organization and resonates deeply, both internally and externally. Next, the real challenge lies in how you bring this WY to life. This stage requires the establishment of solid values and principles that dictate how you operate and interact with the world. It's about crafting and maintaining a culture and operational systems that are a direct extension of your why, ensuring that your actions consistently reflect your core beliefs. Authenticity and trust are built when every action, every output of the organization consistently aligns with the WWY. This means that your products, services, marketing efforts, and even your organizational culture must all be true reflections of your foundational belief. It's about more than just what you offer. It's about ensuring that every touchpoint with your audience reaffirms your commitment to your why. Sinek wraps up this section by emphasizing that true authenticity emerges when there is a harmonious balance within your golden circle. When what you think, say, and do are in complete alignment, it broadcasts a powerful message of trust and reliability. Living out this authenticity in every facet of your operations and interactions isn't just about maintaining an image, it's about embodying and breathing your why in all that you do. This deep-seated authenticity is key to forging lasting relationships, building trust, and securing loyalty, which are the cornerstones of sustained success. By embedding your why into every aspect of your personal and professional life, you create a compelling, coherent, and trustworthy identity that others are drawn to follow. In the final part of the book, Sinek explores the essential role of trust in leadership and the dynamics that enable ideas and movements to reach a tipping point where they are embraced on a broad scale. He presents trust not as a mere product of logical reasoning or fulfilled promises, but as a profound emotional response that surfaces when we sense genuine motivations in others, motivations that extend beyond mere self-interest. Trust forms the foundation on which genuine value is established, enabling leaders to inspire and mobilize their followers effectively. To explain this concept, Sinek shares the story of Continental Airlines and its dramatic transformation under CEO Gordon Bethune. When Bethune took the helm, he encountered an airline struggling with low morale, subpar customer service, and dire financial issues. Identifying a lack of trust as a core problem, he set about rebuilding this trust by prioritizing the welfare and satisfaction of his employees. Bethune understood that a motivated and fulfilled workforce was crucial for fostering a positive organizational culture. By focusing on his employees' well-being and uniting them around a common purpose, Bethune initiated a powerful change within the airline. This shift in focus not only improved staff morale, but also had a cascading effect on the quality of customer service. As employees felt more valued and empowered, their enhanced engagement with customers helped to revitalize the airline's public image and service standards. The result was not just a turnaround in customer satisfaction, but also a remarkable recovery in the airline's financial health, demonstrating how trust and loyalty within an organization can drive widespread organizational success. This story underscores the thesis that trust is a critical, albeit often overlooked, element in the equation of leadership and organizational success. It shows how trust can act as a lever for change, transforming not only internal culture, but also external perceptions and outcomes. In the chapter titled How a Tipping Point Tips, Sinek explores the sociological theory known as the law of diffusion of innovations, which provides a framework for understanding how new ideas and technologies gain widespread acceptance across different societal segments. This model is essential for anyone looking to navigate the complexities of market dynamics and societal changes effectively. Sinek divides society into 5 groups based on how quickly they adopt new ideas. First are the innovators, the adventurous ones who try new things first. These people love exploring and taking risks. Next are the early adopters, who are excited about new ideas but think carefully before adopting them. Then comes the early majority, who are more cautious and want to see proof that something works before trying it. The late majority are even more careful, waiting until new ideas are mainstream and safe. Lastly, there are the laggards, who resist change and only adopt new ideas when they have no other choice. Sinek highlights the importance of early adopters in spreading new ideas. Their enthusiasm and influence help convince the early and late majorities to follow. The tipping point, when an idea gains unstoppable momentum, happens when about 15 to 18% of the market adopts it. At this point, adoption speeds up and becomes self-sustaining. To reach this tipping point, Sinek advises focusing on those who resonate with your core purpose, your WI. These are not just customers. They are believers in your vision. Their strong belief and alignment with your values make them powerful advocates. By securing their loyalty, they help spread your message, leading to broader acceptance of the innovation. This approach ensures lasting impact and relevance. In Part 4, Sinek talks about what makes leaders and organizations truly inspire their followers. He distinguishes between energy and charisma in leadership. Using the example of Steve Ballmer and Bill Gates from Microsoft, he explains this difference. Ballmer, known for his energetic presentations, could motivate people temporarily. However, his approach didn't create long-term commitment. On the other hand, Bill Gates, with his quieter but deeply impactful charisma, shows a leader whose influence is based on a clear and compelling why, his vision of what the world could be. Gates's charisma comes from his optimism and belief in solving big problems, inspiring people to join his cause for the long term. This type of leadership instills a sense of purpose and loyalty. Sinek emphasizes that true charisma comes from a leader's clear understanding of their why, resonating deeply with others. This charisma isn't about personal charm or temporary excitement. It's about a consistent belief in a larger goal that goes beyond personal interests. Leaders like Gates, who effectively communicate their why, can inspire sustained enthusiasm and devotion in their teams and followers. While energy and leadership, boosted by incentives like bonuses, can lead to immediate results, it is the intrinsic charisma from a clear why that fosters lasting loyalty and dedication. Energy can compel short-term compliance, but charisma rooted in a meaningful purpose creates deep, enduring commitment. This discussion on leadership dynamics shows the importance of not just starting with why, but also knowing how to convey it to inspire and lead effectively. By demonstrating how purpose-driven charisma can outlast mere energy, Sinek offers a guide for leaders aiming to create lasting impact and genuine loyalty. In Chapter 9, titled Know Why, Know How, Then What?, Sinek shows how organizations can effectively communicate their core beliefs, using Apple's 1,984 inches Super Bowl commercial as an example. This ad did more than introduce a new product. It boldly declared Apple's mission to challenge the status quo and empower individuals. The commercial's striking imagery and narrative captured a rebellious spirit against conformity, deeply resonating with viewers and cementing Apple's reputation as an innovator. Sinek expands on the idea that organizations should act as megaphones for the leader's why. Every aspect of an organization, from its products and services to its marketing strategies, should reflect its foundational purpose. Apple's consistent alignment with its WUI has built a strong brand identity and cultivated enduring customer loyalty. In Chapter 10, communication is not about speaking, it's about listening. Sinek discusses the power of symbols in representing an organization's values. He uses Harley-Davidson as an example, where the company's logo represents a lifestyle centered on freedom and individuality. Harley-Davidson fans often get the logo tattooed, showing their deep connection to these values. This demonstrates how powerful symbols can deeply resonate with people. To help organizations ensure their decisions reflect their why, Sinek introduces the celery test. This metaphor involves choosing only the items that align with your core purpose, like selecting groceries that match your dietary preferences. This approach can be applied across various organizational decisions, from hiring to product development, ensuring every action supports the WY. Sinek concludes Part 4 by emphasizing the importance of maintaining clarity, discipline, and consistency in all communications. He highlights the transformative power of symbols and offers practical tools like the celery test to help organizations stay true to their core beliefs. By focusing on their why and ensuring all actions align with it, leaders can inspire genuine action, build loyalty, and achieve lasting success. In Part 5, Sinek discusses the challenges organizations face as they grow and risk losing touch with their foundational purpose, or why. He introduces the split, a shift that occurs as companies expand and focus more on what they do and how they do it, rather than why they started. Simon Sinek explains the split as what happens when organizations start to focus more on what they do, the products or services they offer, and how they do it, the processes or methods they use, rather than why they started in the first place. This shift often causes the original passion and inspiration that drove the organization to fade. As the company grows, the strong sense of purpose that once energized both employees and customers can weaken, leading to a loss of meaning and engagement. To show what happens when an organization loses sight of its why, Sinek shares the story of the gathering of titans. This group of successful entrepreneurs, despite achieving their financial goals, felt deeply dissatisfied. They realized that financial success alone wasn't enough for true fulfillment, as they had lost connection with the deeper purposes that initially motivated them. Sinek makes a clear distinction between achievement and success. Achievement is reaching specific goals, like financial prosperity or market dominance, often celebrated as an endpoint. In contrast, success is a more lasting state of fulfillment that comes from a continued commitment to a deeply held belief or purpose. It's not just an endpoint, but a way of traveling. The key point Sinek emphasizes is that while achievements are important, it's the clarity and adherence to one's why, the core purpose, that fosters genuine, lasting success and fulfillment. When individuals or organizations lose sight of their hasebaj I, they might still achieve their goals, but they often feel an underlying sense of emptiness. This understanding encourages leaders and businesses to continually connect their actions and decisions back to their original purpose, ensuring they remain aligned with what truly matters to them. In Chapter 12, Split Happens, Sinek delves into this common challenge that organizations face as they grow. Initially, a company's founder's passion and why are clear to everyone. The small size and close-knit team help keep the why at the forefront of every decision and action. The founder's direct involvement ensures that this core purpose is woven into the company's culture. However, as the organization expands, challenges arise. Managing a growing company often requires delegation, leading to a greater focus on operational efficiencies, on what the company does and how it does it. This shift can overshadow the why, the essence that originally defined the company's success and set it apart in the market. Sinek uses examples from well-known companies like Microsoft, Starbucks, and Dell to illustrate the impact of losing sight of the why. At Microsoft, the shift from empowering individuals through innovative technology to merely creating software products marked a significant change. Starbucks, initially celebrated for creating a unique third place between home and work, began prioritizing efficiency and rapid expansion, which compromised its customer experience. Dell, known for its direct-to-consumer sales and customer service, struggled to maintain its defining characteristics as it grew and faced more competition. Sinek stresses the importance of succession planning and embedding the WWI deeply within the organization's culture, extending beyond the founder's direct influence. Effective succession is not just about finding a leader with the right skills. It requires someone who resonates with the company's original mission and can carry forward that vision. Part 5 serves as a crucial reminder of the challenges associated with success. It underscores the need to maintain a clear and compelling WWI throughout an organization's life cycle. Sinek concludes that true success is not just about achieving goals, but about adhering to the purpose that originally inspired those goals. By recognizing and addressing the risk of the split, organizations can continue to inspire and lead with a clear sense of purpose, ensuring their WI remains at the heart of all they do. In Part 6, Sinek explores the deep origins of an organization's why. He describes it not as a marketing strategy or business model, but as the core purpose or cause at the heart of an organization. This segment stresses the importance of focusing on internal growth and staying true to the WWI rather than trying to outpace external rivals. Sinek introduces the idea that an organization's WWI is not something that can be made up or derived from market trends. Instead, it is deeply rooted in the personal experiences and beliefs of its founders. This foundational why is discovered through reflecting on the past and identifying the pivotal moments and motivations that started the founder's journey. Using Apple as an example, Sinek explains how its commitment to challenging the status quo and empowering individuals goes back to the cultural and personal backdrop of the 1960s and 70s. A time of rebellion and questioning traditional norms. He recounts how Apple's founders, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, showed their desire to disrupt with projects like the Blue Box, which aimed to democratize technology and reduce corporate control. This spirit was further embodied in the creation of the Apple I computer, aimed at putting personal computing power in the hands of individuals. Sinek points out that Apple's consistent ability to innovate and lead in various industries, from personal computers to music and mobile phones, comes from continuously expressing their original UI. Apple's enduring success and the strong loyalty it commands are due to its unwavering focus on empowering individuals, a purpose that has driven its operations and innovations from the start. By reflecting on the origins of Apple's why, Sinek highlights the importance of understanding and maintaining an organization's foundational beliefs. True competitive advantage and lasting success come from an authentic commitment to these core values, inspiring continual improvement and innovation internally, and aligning every action and decision with the original purpose that sparked the organization's creation. In Chapter 14, The New Competition, Sinek redefines the concept of competition, suggesting a shift away from focusing on external rivals towards self-improvement. This perspective challenges the usual business mindset and introduces a more collaborative and introspective approach to success. Sinek illustrates this idea with the story of Ben Common, a high school cross-country runner with cerebral palsy. Despite his physical limitations, Ben's determination to improve his own performance inspires his teammates, who support him because of his relentless spirit. This story shows how competing with oneself can create unity and support within a group, contrasting with the often divisive nature of external competition. Sinek suggests that businesses should focus on doing better than they did before, rather than always trying to beat their competitors. By improving on their past achievements, companies can foster a culture of continuous innovation and growth. This internal focus helps employees connect more deeply with the company's why, its core purpose. When a company is dedicated to self-improvement and staying true to its why, it naturally attracts customers and partners who share the same values. This approach not only helps the company grow from within, but also builds a loyal community around it. Wrapping up Part 6 of Start with Why, Sinek emphasizes the importance of understanding a company's foundational why and the power of self-competition. By focusing on continuous self-improvement and staying committed to their core purpose, companies can inspire their teams, build strong community ties, and achieve lasting success beyond just financial metrics. This section encourages leaders and organizations to rediscover and consistently act on their why, making it central to everything they do. In the final part of Start with Why, Sinek reinforces the main idea of the book, the power of why in inspiring action and achieving lasting success. He explains that understanding and sharing your why is not a one-time thing, but an ongoing process that needs clarity, discipline, and consistency. This means regularly revisiting and reinforcing your core purpose to ensure it guides every decision and action. Sinek acknowledges that it can be hard to keep this focus, especially as organizations grow and face pressures to succeed. Often, the original WUI can get lost in the pursuit of expansion and profits. True leadership, according to Sinek, is about inspiring people to join a movement and work towards a shared vision, even as the organization grows and faces new challenges. Leaders must not only talk about their why, but also live it, embedding it in all their decisions and actions, which helps build a culture that upholds and celebrates the organization's core purpose. Sinek uses the metaphor of a megaphone to explain how an organization can share its why with a wider audience. He says this megaphone only works if the message is clear, genuine, and resonates with people's core beliefs and values. For this to happen, everything the organization does, from its actions and products to its services and communications, must align with its why. This creates a strong and compelling story that attracts and inspires others to join the cause. The book ends with a call to action, urging readers to find their own why. Sinek encourages individuals to discover and embrace their passion and purpose, using it as a guiding light in their personal and professional lives. He also challenges organizations to revisit and strengthen their original why, making it the cornerstone of everything they do. Sinek envisions a world where purpose drives action, trust and loyalty flourish, and people contribute to causes bigger than themselves. He believes that starting with why can transform our world, leading to a future where people are motivated by a deep commitment to a cause, creating a more fulfilling and impactful life for everyone. If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more insightful book summaries and practical advice. Stay tuned for more content that can help you achieve your financial goals and personal growth. Thanks for watching.